Hi, I'm Michael Conrad.
And I'm Becky Cloonan.
And you're watching Magic Lasso's YouTube channel.
Enjoy.
I appreciate you stopping by my YouTube channel today. I don't want to waste a lot of time, so I'm going to get started showing books as I welcome you and tell you about today's video. I have about a baker's dozen or so full of recent additions to my comic book collections that I want to share with you. Some of these books will cross off my first goals in my 2022 Top 12 goal list, so I'm really excited to share those books with you. I have new subscriber shoutouts and my first prize win of 2022 to share today. I realize my last couple of videos have been a little bit longer, which is why I'm not wasting any time getting into the books this time, and we'll keep this one a little bit shorter. I certainly appreciate your support and watching those previous videos all the way through. Now, this book I couldn't resist. I don't show a lot of new issues on my channel. First of all, I don't buy a lot. But when I buy exclusive retailer variants, I usually like to show those off. And this is Captain Marvel, Volume 11, issue number 34. This is a Comic Kingdom of Canada exclusive cover. I think they've since rebranded themselves, though, as Comic Kingdom Creative. And this is a Stephen Sequoia variant. Isn't this beautiful? How many times have you heard me say that Carol Danvers as Ms. Marvel is my jam? Well, she is. And when I saw this, I just knew I had to have it, even though I'm not really following the current storyline or what's been going on with this. This cover was too beautiful to leave and not have in my collection. And I'll say that this company, for shipping from Canada to the United States, is pretty cost effective too. I've ordered from them in the past and I would order from them again. Isn't that a beautiful cover and a great way to start out this video today? Yeah, it is. So something I've heard a lot about are Kiddrano Prints. And Kiddrano Prints, who you can find on Instagram, does these slab stands. And I've heard people say that they are the best slab stands that you can get. Well, Kiddrano Prints is doing a lot more content on his channel, which I've left a link to in the description for this video. So make sure to sub up the channel if you haven't already. And one thing that Kiddrano Prints decided to do was a live slab/comic stand giveaway every week for the entire year. I don't just mean for an entire month, but for an entire year of 2022. Every week, Michael is giving away a comic stand/slab stand. Wow. I happen to be the first winner of one. I love this. This one is themed to X-Men 4 with, the very first appearance of Omega Red. I actually don't have that comic book, but I really want to get it now that I have the corresponding item that goes with this comic book slab stand. Now, every week he's doing different themes, so it might not necessarily be this design on a comic stand that you might win, but you can win a stand. I've heard people say that they are the best comic book stands that are out there, and after getting mine, I can easily see why people are saying that. It's also, as I mentioned, you can put a raw book in it, or you can take this piece out and it will hold a slab as well. Another word that I like to throw around on my channel, because when you say it, I think it means something, is quality. And I definitely found this to be a quality product. I would like to get some more into my collection. I would like to gift some of these, A-OK some of these out, or maybe send some as birthday presents to some collector friends that I know. I think that could be a very cool gift. I was so happy not only to be the first winner, but to actually have one of these. And I've been using it in my back issue of the week, which is a weekly YouTube short that I do here on my channel, 1 minute or under videos. So if you haven't checked that out, make sure to tune in when this video wraps up so you'll know what the back issue of the week is. But it's just a great way to display your comic books and know that they're safe doing it. Thank you so much, Michael, for offering this giveaway. I'm honored and excited to be your very first recipient of one. And anyone who has a stand already knows how good they are. If not, get a stand for yourself. Quality product, maybe win yourself one. And the content that he's including as well, while he's giving away these slab stands is fun and interactive too. So you'll have a good time, I'm sure. Thank you, Kiddrano Prints. I appreciate this so much. This is my very first prize win of 2022. Since I just showed a recent comic book, I want to show some things that I picked up from Unknown Comics. Now, this one has been out for a couple years, but I'm so excited to finally get this Ryan Brown exclusive cover. This is the Virgin variant for Joker, the 80th anniversary one-shot. When I first saw this cover back in 2020, I was like, oh my gosh, that is so awesome. The trade dress version's awesome too, but I really love the Virgin cover. And I finally pulled the trigger during an order from Unknown Comics and said, yeah, I have to have this. I have to have this. And I'm so happy that I did. I just think that there were a lot of covers, a lot of exclusive covers for this one shot too. But I think that I got the best one. And I like Ryan Brown's work anyway. And stoked to finally add this one into the collection. When I was shopping from Unknown Comics, I also decided to pick up some more of their variants. The Trial of Magneto, issue number 2. Man, Trial of Magneto. Okay, first of all, I'll let you know, and I'll be relatively spoiler-free here. I finished reading the entire series. This is issue number 2, the Unknown Comics exclusive cover, and I thought that this was just an amazing cover. I did think, as John's Comics with Kids and I have discussed, that it so much was a trial of Magneto. It definitely was more of a Scarlet Witch story. There were some good twists and turns in the 5-issue arc, but they were amazing covers. So I got the Unknown Comics exclusive for issue number 2. I also picked up the Unknown Comics exclusive for issue number 3. And I decided to go with this because, well, I had the exclusive for issue number 2. To my knowledge, I don't think that they did an exclusive for issue number 4 or issue number 5. I picked up the regular comics that you could find in an LCS for those issues. But both of these variants were really strong. So I thought, yeah, I want to put those into the collection. And I think had Unknown had variants for issue number 4 and 5, I would have picked up those as well, just to stay a little bit consistent in my set. But happy to have this. Very happy to have this. Cool. I'm going to turn to eBay now. And these first 2 books that I'm going to show you actually were inspired for me to buy these by a comic show you might remember that I went to. And I think it was in November. I showed you some footage from the show and some of the purchases that I picked up. At that time, I got some Bronze Age X-Men. I got 3 Bronze Age X-Men that I wasn't planning on getting. I wanted. And when I got those, it kind of inspired me to grab and snag a few more of the issues in that era from that run. So we have X-Men Volume 1, issue number 117. Of course, this is the first appearance of the Shadow Master. It's a heavy Charles Xavier issue, and I think it recalls the very first time that he met Magneto in this issue as well. So, good stuff. I also remember that they based this issue on a 90s X-Men series, animated series. They based one of the episodes on this issue. So that was cool to get this into my collection and check off another one in those, in the 1-teens era of X-Men issues. And another one I got was issue number 119. Yes, we got Sunfire there on the cover with Storm. We got this huge battle that's going on. Just an awesome issue too. I first read these digitally, and it was during the weekly Omni X-Men show that I love to frequent, that rotates between John's Comics with Kids channel and Justin, No Good Comics channel. It's on Tuesday evenings, so make sure to check that out. It's 9 o'clock Eastern, 8 o'clock Central. They'll rotate between one of those 2 channels. They're already up into the 140s right now. They just finished Days of Future Past, Part 1 and Part 2. But I really wanted to work more on my X-Men's. I just thought I got very good deals on both of these issues too, which was another reason why to pull the trigger at the time that I did. Hopefully I can get some more X-Men into my collection here in 2022. This next book, how about, it's It's my first one off of my 2022 goal list. Yes. Brave and the Bold, Volume 1, issue number 91. Look at that amazing cover with Black Canary and Batman kind of being left for dead on the Gotham outskirts. Oh, yes. So this issue covered something I often wondered about. Since Black Canary moved from Earth 2 to Earth 1, of course, at this time, we didn't know that it was technically her daughter. That all got retconned in the 1980s. But at this time, we think it's the same character, the original Black Canary. I thought, why didn't she ever go check out Larry Lance from Earth 1 since her Larry Lance died, and maybe they would get together or what? This issue actually answers the question of what happens when Black Canary, Dinah, meets Earth 1's Larry Lance. So something I always wondered about since I was a kid. There was a story for it, and this is the story that answers that question. I feel pretty relieved that this book arrived in the same condition as it was when I ordered it. Luckily, it didn't have that far to travel to me. Now, it did come bagged and boarded, but the seller just put the comic book in its bag and its board in a manila envelope and mailed it. Of course, they wrote "Do not bend," but does the post office always listen to that? Luckily, it only had a couple hours to travel from me mail-wise, and it got here with no damage to it, but that could have been not a good situation. It's my very first book, as I said, crossed out of my 2022 goal list. Let's pull up that list right now and look at the very first one checkmarked. All right, well, it's not going to stay alone on that list for long, because there was a book on my 2022 goal list that was an exclusive cover from just, a couple years ago, about 2 years ago. And I said, I don't know why I haven't bought this, but if this cover would somehow sell out and I didn't get it, the FOMO would kick in, which is why I ended up putting it on my list. This comic book did sell out from its original site that offered it. So I turned to eBay, where I was able to find some unread copies, and now I have my DaSilva variant of Immortal Wonder Woman, issue number 1. This was a Comic Mint exclusive, and a limited edition. It's got its COA here on the back, which is number 822. Beautiful cover though, and luckily I'd been watching that pretty closely, and there were quite a few on eBay. I didn't pay anything more than I would have paid had I bought it directly from Comic Mint when it was in stock. And it was like the day I saw that it had sold out on Comic Mint, I was on eBay instantly ordering one up. Actually made a best offer that got accepted. So from a seller who had multiple unread copies of it. So that's number 2. As I pop that top 12 goal list back up, we see we just go directly above where the Brave and the Bold was to checkmark our second one off of that list for the year. I've got a feeling we might not necessarily be done with that list either. So, I have an Avengers comic book on that list, and I started looking on eBay for a copy of 171, and I was watching one that was on auction, and I also noticed that the seller had some other Avengers comic books from that same era that I was missing that were going cheap too. Well, in the long run, 171 I thought went a little bit higher than I wanted to pay for it. But I did scoop up some Avengers comic books that were all from the same seller that all went for 99 cents each plus combined shipping. So I'm going to show you the 4 that I did pick up. This is Avengers number 175. Big colorful cover. You always say that I enjoy colors on my covers, and that's for sure. I have 176, but I got 177. I think this is, out of the Avengers comic books I'm going to show you in this period, this is probably my favorite cover out of the 4. So, pretty awesome cover. Also helps, as I said, with I'm working on my Carol Danvers Ms. Marvel guest appearances that she made since I have her entire volume 1. I have all of the issues when she was an Avengers member too. This was before she became an official member and was guest starring in a few issues. $178. This is probably in the lowest grade out of the 4 that I'm showing you. A press would definitely help. A press would help everything, but this one for sure. but it was 99 cents. How can you pass that by? And this comic book actually ties into what happens to Beast following the guest appearances he made in the X-Men comic books in the Bronze Age, like in the 113, 114 issues around that era. And then, I like this cover, 179. Isn't that cool? Yellow Jacket featured prominently on the cover. I've been looking as well, and between Avengers number 170 and 280, there's not that many issues that I need to be able to complete that entire solid run. You know, around a dozen or so is what I need, which is very doable. So that's something I might try to see if I can at least work through those dozen that I need and get a solid run going between 170 and 280. I'd love to have my Avengers run filled in even earlier than 170, but right now that seems very doable to accomplish. So maybe that's something I'll get taken care of this year. I'm not done showing books, but I want to take this moment right now to shout out some new and recent subscribers to my channel. I always say I can't do this without you, nor would I want to. And it's been great seeing the channel grow thanks to your support. Thank you to Johnny Boy Vegas, The Low Grades, Sergio Javier DaSilva, Tony N.Y. Jr., it's my pal from the original art show, James Diablo the King, with the King all one word, A Comic Bookworm, Raw Faust Comics, Kael Ngu Unknown, hopefully I pronounced that correctly, Kainguyen, Luxinda Swirl Resin Tumblers. I know she came to me from my appearance on Silver Age Blonde-Haired Babe's channel. Those two are friends, and I've seen some of her beautiful tumblers that she's done. They are stunning, especially the Swamp Thing one. Luke Zanaga, YZNAGA. Prime_Comics. Todd Sutton. Thank you all for being new and recent subscribers to my channel. If you aren't subscribed with their channels, seek them out and sub them up, and we'll continue to grow this community. How about one more before we wrap up the video today? And it's another one off of my top 12 goal list video. I went over to Nucadia to pick up Superman's girlfriend, Lois Lane, issue number 89, The Wedding of Lois Lane and Bruce Wayne. This is kind of an Elseworlds type story. It takes place on a different Earth, not in continuity. This was a great read. It also had about 3 or 4 panel appearance of the non-powered Diana Prints, which I've been working on those appearances. And every time that I think that I'm close to having them all, I realize there's another one that I don't have. When I was on Silver Haired Bronze Age Babes channel talking about the mod era Wonder Woman, the Diana Prince non-powered years, she brought up a World's Finest comic, which was a Superman Flash race. And I went, oh, I don't have that one either. And Diana and I Ching are in one panel of that. So now that's going on the list for me to get. But I really enjoyed this story. I loved how they didn't wrap it up with one issue. I'm not sure if they ever went back and revisited these characters on this Earth and this storyline. If not, that certainly was a wasted opportunity, because this was a fun issue to read too. So as we pull back up our top 12 goal list of 2022, a third one gets crossed off. That means I am sitting at a fourth of the list already completed. Wow, that feels fantastic. And there's more coming. Look for another 2022 goal list update on a future comic book editions video soon. I have something ordered, I'm just waiting for it to arrive in the mail. What did you think of the books that I showed? Do you have any of them? Are you looking for any of them? How is your 2022 goal list progressing? Have you made any accomplishments on that so far yet this year? I mean, it's early. I'd love to dialogue about all of these things and more in the comments section with you below. Your comments are always appreciated, encouraged, and welcomed. If you're not subscribed to my channel, I hope you'll take this opportunity to do so now. Hitting the notification bell will instantly inform you when new content is added to my channel. Give this video a thumbs up, a heart, a like, that's appreciated, and share this video and this channel with someone that you think might enjoy it. It's a great way to show support to the channel. Thank you again, all of my new subscribers too. It's been fantastic seeing growth again in the channel. Beyond words, I can't appreciate how much that means to me. You made it to the end of another one of my comic book editions videos, which is always appreciated. Huge hugs to you. Hope you have a fantastic rest of your day, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.